Good afternoon, my name is Sam. I'm from the Masters of Architecture course at UNSW.
I'm Yoko. I'm from Japan. I major in tourism.
I'm Rachel. I'm doing a Bachelor of Arts and Fine Arts. My majors are printmaking, sociology and anthropology.
I'm Honami. I'm from Japan. I'm majoring in tourism.
And unfortunately we couldn't have our last team member with us today. Her name's Andrea. She's from Bachelor of Industrial Design. And we are the playground group. So when we started with our ideas for our playground, we didn't want to make something that was just fun to play on. We also wanted to make something that tied in with the environmental features of the course. So we started by using what we could of found, recycled and natural materials, but we also wanted to go a step further and see if we could generate electricity or some kind of energy. So it might sound obvious, but something that kids do best is having fun, obviously, and they also have a lot of energy themselves. They're always running around, have a lot of movement, always doing something active, and we thought, what if we could harness this energy and turn it into something else, to use it in another way, whether that was fun or just useful. So this is what we've tried to do with our spinning wheel and lighthouse. Which Sam will explain later. So this is converting the kinetic energy to the electric energy in the form of the lights. The lighthouse is one of our focal point of the playground, and we thought the idea of creating a lighthouse in the desert brings up some interesting ideas. Obviously, usually lighthouses are found on the coast. They warn of the dangerous rocky area around the coast, but they're also a navigational tool. So by putting our lighthouse in the desert, we're actually next to a dried up creek bed down here. So it's almost signalling the lack of water, but it's also a place of refuge and a place of fun for the kids, to draw the kids to. Also, if anyone goes on nighttime walks or anything, they can be drawn back to this safe place, which is quite close to the homestead back at Fowler's Gap. And there's nothing better that I like doing when I was camping than playing an awesome game of Spotlight in the bush. So that's also another idea. Different parts of the lighthouse light up different parts of the playground as well. The other elements of our playground were mainly meant for fun, but we've used probably 90% of our materials found on this site and back at Fowler's Gap. They're mostly found recycled natural materials. Another inspiration we took from junkyards and bomb sites post-World War II, where a lot of kids were supervised playing in these junkyards. This was like the beginning of adventure playgrounds. So they basically found whatever scraps they could and used their imagination to turn it into something different, which is what we've done here. Also, playing with the children in Mutawinji was a big inspiration for us, as we saw what kind of things they like to engage themselves in. They didn't just show us their play equipment, they showed us a mountain of sand that they played in and made rocks with, and swinging from branches, playing in the riverbed, and basically just using the materials that they had to play with and make into something different. Now Sam is going to explain each element of the playground.
Okay, so to start off with our energy generating device, we're turning kinetic energy basically into electrical energy. So here we have repurposed materials. This is, our stand is a bar stool, our wheel is a bicycle wheel, and our generator is an inverted washing machine motor. So you can either spin it around, run around, you can sit on it as a spinny chair and go, and we generate electricity, which is then used to charge a battery during the daytime, because obviously we don't need to directly power the lights during the day. So with the path, we're going to go up to our lighthouse / climbing tower. Again, found logs in the riverbed. We've got our cable, which has been here for a while, rope, which we repurposed from the tool shed or found in the rubbish dump. We've got our little viewing platform up here. So, hello seesaw, hello artwork, hello spinning wheel, and there's Rachel over there on the getting ready on the flying fox. as you can see, the cable is thread to that area there. There's a switch which we can turn on and off at will. That feeds these 4 lights, one directed at the flying fox, the other directed at the spinning wheel, the other directed at the seesaw, and finally one projecting directly on our climbing tower. And finally we've also got the spotlight, which we will turn on for you at night, and it also revolves. So it's like a lighthouse. Okay, let me get down from here. Okay, so this is our seesaw. This is basically, I think it's about 120 kilogram log, which we notched at the bottom, and we sit it on a 2 planks of wood, which are buried about 6 centimeters into the solid shale, so that provides enough enough bracing for it. And then the planks of timber themselves have bracing for lateral motion. As you can see, the kids love it. And if they weren't playing with it, it would find its own natural balance point on the fulcrum, which is pretty amazing for a log this big. So from here, we're going to go back to our Japanese themed rock garden. Now what the shale here represents is the flowing water, and these stones in the middle represent pebbles. So you can see the marble here represents ripples in the water. And we haven't covered the whole site in this because we'd like to encourage the children also to add to this through foraging and etc. And yeah, it's a very relaxing thing to do as well. So moving on to the big kids chair. So this is where the safety responsible children come and sit, because we have a perfect viewing angle of the high climbing tower / lighthouse and also our flying fox. Now the flying fox is made of found material again, so it's the rest of the bar stool attached to some nylon rope with a washing machine hose on it to provide steady grip, attached to a aluminium rim found from a pram, with including its fork as well. Now the path to the flying fox is also quite interesting. It's celebrated. There are stone steps leading up to a ladder, which then leads onto a bridge, which finally gets you onto the platform for hopefully the best ride of your life. Yeah. Okay, so our platform here is actually a composite platform. It's made from a relatively flimsy mattress base and a relatively flimsy door, but put together they act as a composite, which creates a somewhat steady platform. Now we've decided to connect the platform only to the one dead log with a few screws to hold it solidly. Every other corner is connected by a rope so as not to damage the tree and to be completely removable. And it is perfectly positioned underneath the top of the flying fox rope, ready for a running jump or a stationary jump, depending on the braveness of our participant. In this case, it is Honami. Go for it.
Ready?
Yeah. When you're ready.
3, 2.